Hello everyone, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. Today is Tarot Tuesday, and I'm having a hard time with this one. And so this is, I think this is going to be a super short video. So what I'm stuck on, and maybe you all can help me, is well, I forgot to bring my journal up because I was going to show that off. Oh well. I have been doing tarot readings every day for 2 weeks. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I was going to share that with you, but it will wait until next week. Okay, so this is where I stopped last time. And this is what I wanted to do this week is calculating your year card, which we did for 2025 way back here, right here. So you add your birthday month, your birthday date, and the year. Well, this would be the year you were born. So the year you were born is different than the current year card. So the current year card is for 2025. Okay? Simple enough. We got that. I can't remember what mine is off the top of my head because I also left my notebook downstairs. So this is lifetime year card graph. And she says, in the first chapter, you learned how to find your year card for the current year. You can also calculate your year cards for your entire life and plot them on a graph. And then use the handy chart calculating your year card. So that would be this right here, calculating. The thing about this book, I don't know if you all's book, all of the books that you guys have, these page numbers where you find graphs and charts and illustrations and things like that, all the pages are wrong. So it says 61 on page 61. It's actually page 65. So I don't know if yours are like that, but mine is not correct. And then so you find the 4-digit number, which is the sum of the month, the day, plus the year. So the month you were born, the date you were born, and then the current year or back year. So, and then the 1 or 2-digit number to the right. So I can't remember I think my card, I believe my number is 244 for this year, 2025. I remember 10. I believe 10 is, no, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. It's 11. So mine for 2025 is 2045. And the number is 11, which can also go down to 2, which is my current. 2 is my, I believe it's my personality card. But anyway, so then you come to this next page. It says, by plotting these cards on a graph, so this would be every card for every year of your life, you can see the pattern of your lifetime lessons unfold before you. Some cards will appear over and over throughout your life. Other cards will appear once or twice and never again. Some never appear at all. Because our mathematical system is decimally based, you will find that the numbers run in 10-year cycles. And this is where I'm getting confused. And that certain numbers or cycles will predominate depending on when you were born. For instance, after January 1st, 1988, there were no more 19-10-1 personalities born, although they have been relatively abundant in the past. These will begin appearing again after 2069. Using the graph form on page 65, 60, 64, 65, or any graph paper. So those are on 68, 69. Designate a major arcana card for each horizontal line. Okay, so that's already been done on this. So this is Fool, High Priestess, all the way down. All the cards. All the way back down. Actually, 1 is the Magician. 22, which adds, which is actually the Fool, 0. It's very confusing. But anyway, and then this would be your age across the top. And this one goes all the way to 81, these two graphs together. So this 0, this would be 1962 for me. 63, I turned 1. 64, I turned 2, and so on and so on. Okay, so then you figure out with that formula your month plus day plus year. So this would be 12, 8, 1962, and whatever that adds up to, that would be one of these cards through here. And that's where I would put a dot. Okay. I got that. I get all of that. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And I want all of us, if we can, to do that before next week. So each vertical line represents a year in your life, beginning with the year of your birth. Write each consecutive year across the top of the page as an easy reference. Write above each year your age on the birthday that year. So that's what I just explained. And then it says, after determining a year card for each year of your life, following the instructions in Chapter 1, again, month plus date that you were born plus whatever year. So mine, like I said, it's going to go 62, 63, 64, 65, all the way. Okay. And then it says, plot them on the graph with a series of dots. Connect the dots with lines to see patterns that form. And this is where I get completely lost. As in the example on page 63, which I think is supposed to be 67, because 63 doesn't have anything to do with year cards. Okay. And then it says, examine your graph. Look for the 10-year cycles. The end of each cycle indicates an important turning point in your life. In which years did you end a 10-year cycle? What personal cycle were you completing in each of those years? I don't know what the 10-year cycle is, and I can't figure it out. I can't even figure it out from looking at this. So they graphed in this year, age 4, it's the 4 card. And then they go to age 5, which is right here. It says moved to Virginia. So that's in 1952. In 1953, nothing. They have 6, 7, and then 8 moved to Texas. And this is the major arcana card. I don't so this is for the 4 card, the 4 card, the 4 card. So are the 10-year cycles these? So after I do my first set, then do these translate to 10-year cycles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just confused. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to graph my stuff, put the dots on here, put any interesting things that happened in my life. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Anyway, I'm going to do it. I ask you to do it. If anybody knows what this looking for the 10-year cycles, like what that is, I would love to hear that. Tracy, are you watching? I know you don't comment, but maybe you could text me. And then it says, I mean, maybe if I go on, it actually says, circle on your graph the years in which you have cards that are the same as your personality and soul cards. These are significant. In your personality and soul years, you are probably drawn to and involved in things that are especially important to your soul purpose in this lifetime. In other words, you are probably doing something that could potentially utilize your highest qualities. You are doing things that could teach you what you need to learn in order to bring out your fullest potential. As they come up in your life, each of these years offers you the opportunity to reaffirm your direction and get in touch with your life goals. Note below some of the outstanding events of your personality and soul-numbered years in order to gain more insight into your lifetime lessons. I still don't see how you figure the 10-year cycle. So she says here, I have found it helpful to write key events on the graph next to each year. Thus, I found that twice in a Fool/Emperor 22/4 year, I moved to Atlanta 10 years apart. My grandfather died in a Judgment 20 year, which corresponds with the planet of death and rebirth, Pluto. I sought out important teachers in 3 different Hierophant years and taught my first tarot class in a Hermit year, which is my soul card indicating my soul purpose. I also spent a 10-month honeymoon in Mexico during my lover's year. As I write this book, I am in another Hermit year, which seems auspicious for its completion. Yeah, I'm not understanding it, but I'm still going to do it and see what we get. And go from there. So let's see what we get. Okay, that's all I have for today. Not much, not pulling the cards out. I'm gonna do this, and I'm actually gonna do it in the book so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. And we'll see you next week. Remember to be good to yourself and be kind to each other. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.